Hello, everyone, and welcome to Court of the Rings here on twitch.tv/LotroStream and youtube.com/Lord of the Rings/live. I am Lotro's community manager, Cordovan, and I'm here to quest with you, answer your questions. Hang out and chat. Stuff. How you guys doing, and gals? Doing? Here we got a Lotro streamer that recently made a big move across really part of the planet. So congratulations on that going pretty smoothly there. Hello, Melindrian, St. Joan, Xanthor. Druid's Fire. Thanks for that interview, by the way. It was nice to get crunchy with someone who knows the game pretty well. So, a lot of the press interviews we do, the press folks, by sort of the nature of their work, end up having to learn a lot about a lot of different MMOs, and so some of them know more about Lord of the Rings Online than others. It's always good to be able to hang out with someone who's active Lotro player who can really kind of get into the details of the questions as they were. All right, so what do we have going on here in Lord of the Rings Online? By the way, I'm updating my game client here for an admin thing, so you're just going to have to sit with me talking for about another minute or so. Got a couple of things. First off, we are tentatively set. We haven't yet had what's called our green light meeting, which is, we all good? Okay, let's do it. But we are basically set to release 19.3 on Monday, February 6th. And I'm actually going to go over the release notes here a little bit during the show, so we can talk to you a little bit about that. Oh, man. Wrong. Dang it. Somehow I downloaded the wrong client. Oh, I need to take care of this. This is Lotro Live. Let me try this one. Anyway, you're going to have to hang with me for a little while. Thankfully, we're going to be talking release notes on that. I need to actually get a non-admin version of my Lotro client here, because the process of updating the admin client doesn't really lend itself very well to iteration before a live stream. I can't just sort of launch the launcher and have it update. Anyway, so 19.3 is set for Monday, most likely, barring any last-minute issues, and we're going to go over the release notes of that. The other thing I'm doing is, my hope is that I can do it next week. If it's not going to be next week, it'll be the week after, and we're going to debut what I believe is going to be called the Lotro Beacon. For those of you who know what I do with, yeah, I know, right? I always make mistakes. Well, no, it's just that, so I want admin ability, because I want to be able to do camera work and things like that on this computer, but that makes it difficult to just log in and play with the live client. So, yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, the Lotro Beacon is planned to be a weekly newsletter for Lord of the Rings Online. For people who are extremely active in the community, there's not going to necessarily be a lot of new information in it, but the idea is that if you only see one thing during the week that's Lord of the Rings Online related, make it this, because it's going to have a list of links to all the community blogs that are going on, concerts, events, things that we're doing, like, say, releases and festivals and that sort of thing. Also, we're going to be combining the sales information with the Lotro Beacon. For those of you who are familiar with what I do with the DDO Chronicle, it's the weekly newsletter we do over on Dungeons & Dragons Online. It's going to be very similar to that. So if you get value out of the DDO Chronicle, or if you're at least familiar with it, you can kind of know what to expect here for Lord of the Rings Online. But the goal is to kick it off next week. So the Lotro Beacon is going to be a thing. And similar to the DDO Chronicle, it gets more valuable when you participate in it. So if you are a blogger, if you run a website, if you have an event going on, let me know. It can either be contact at Standing Stone Games. You can just PM me through the forums or Twitter or Facebook or however you want to get in touch with me is perfectly fine. Let me know about your event if you want to promote it in the Lotro Beacon, and I'd be happy to include it. I think you'll find that I don't say no very often to featuring things in the community, and I don't expect to do that here with the Lotro Beacon. But hopefully that'll happen next week, and you'll be able to find it on Lotro.com. We'll probably have a link to it in the launcher every week as well. And like I say, we're combining the sales information. Part of this is kind of fallout from the sales issues we had over the past week, where it just made sense to, rather than have to manage basically 2 pages with 2 dates and all that sort of thing, to just consolidate it into one, give that work to me. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of that posting of sales information here going forward. Now, the in-game Lotro store is unchanged. You can still log in, see what all the deals are, that kind of thing. But in terms of the public information on the forums, or website rather, that's going to be under my purview, and hopefully we can keep it updated very well. I also do plan to, unlike with the DDO side, I do plan to have localized versions of it in French and German. You guys are going to kind of have to be a little patient on that, you French and German players. We need to work out the process to be able to get it timely to you. So the first couple might not be as timely as I would like. The main issue is that, like, say with the DDO Chronicle, it's actually pretty common that people will be emailing me, say, Tuesday late morning for something that's published on Tuesday late afternoon. And that's not going to be possible on the Lord of the Rings side because we're going to have to send it through our translators, and that takes a couple of days or so. So I'm going to kind of have to work out the process of all that sort of thing. But once we work it out, it should be perfectly cool. So, all right. What I want to do here is take a look. Nope, that's not it. That's the dashboard. This is what I see. Ha ha ha. There we go. Lotro 19.3 release notes. These are out again for translation as well. They should be back in time for Monday. Main thing is players are going to be able to adjust the location of their interior housing decorations. I saw that Andang, PVMP, I believe, is his YouTube handle, isn't it? Or just Andang Lotro? Sorry, Andang, I can't remember what your YouTube thing is off the top of my head. Andang over on YouTube has a great video about how to use the interior housing decorations. It's a nice little 5-minute quickie video if you want to take a look. We are adding 4 additional user-defined chat channels, so there'll be a total of 8. There are going to be 3 global chat channels, /world, /trade, and /LFF. We're getting rid of the regional advice chat channel to make room for it, essentially. Fixing the say bug. A few things for critting on Guardian bleeds. I actually got a pretty lengthy email write-up from one of our Guardians just this morning, actually, kind of going into what they'd like to see done with the Guardian class. So I'll be passing that along to the systems team here in a little bit. But we should be fixing an issue with Guardian bleeds at the very least. Some hunter work as well, a couple of minor captain things. We are having the Flora files of extract now bind to account instead of character. Again, a bunch of player housing sort of thing. We're also going to be, we've already debuted the housing writs, but now they're going to be able to be purchased. You're going to be able to purchase premium houses with it as of 19.3 here. We are removing the exterior of the lecture hall in Bree. That was really just due to community feedback that they didn't particularly find it in character with the rest of the surroundings. So it's still going to have the entrance and all that, but the exterior is being removed. Whether we end up replacing it with a different exterior kind of remains to be seen here, what we end up doing. A couple of minor quest issues, and then we're also going to be doing a little bit of work to prevent coin capacity issues. Right now, people can lose coin if they go over their limit. So you're no longer going to be able to detach coin from emails if it would exceed your maximum capacity. You'll no longer be able to sell an item to a vendor if the transaction would exceed your maximum capacity. and similar things like that. Basically, we're just blocking you, so rather than losing that stuff, you're not going to be able to do it. So, and yes, if you look on the left of the screen, here's what my my internal wiki page looks like. For those of you who care. Alright, I think the launcher is now ready to go. Let's hope that it actually launches this time, rather than tell me I'm not using the right version of the client. Oh, man. And it looks like it's not working for me yet. I'm going to try to launch it anyway, just to see what happens. But I'm getting the wrong... Alright, you know, I'm going to actually have to kill the stream, get in touch with Tiber and that, and have her help me out getting the right client here. So I'm going to be back in just a couple of minutes with some information, but I need to take care of this so I can actually play the game with you guys today. I'll see ya. Back in just a second.